So yeah, we back. We are plus minus a member. The plus is Mad Vic. The minus is Juju. But Juju's always with us in spirit. So he'll come back for like a guest episode here or there. And Poppy is living his best life. So you know what? I ain't mad or anything by any reason whatsoever. So in terms of Helluva Boss and Hazbin Hotel, I binged both of those bitches very aggressively within a week. I was working.
Oh yeah, I just finished it like 10 minutes ago.
It's good, right? It's a good show. Good shows. Sage, Hazbin Hotel or Helluva Boss? Which one? Which one are we starting with first?
Well, I haven't really watched the hotel one. I
Okay.
know the gist of it because,
Okay.
your boy
Okay.
couldn't go to Katsu uneducated, but we'll we'll start off with the hotel.
Okay.
Yeah, because I actually didn't watch Hell of a Boss. I only watched the hotel. Yeah.
Ooh, Helluva Boss is so much faster for you to go through, so that's fine. So I'll carry the episode then, I guess. All right, so you like musicals, you like cartoons, you like adult humor, adult topics. You're gonna like Hazbin Hotel. Personally, I think that this cast is very wonderful and colorful. Right, you have Charlie, the offspring of the king of hell, and Lilith is her mom. So that's hold on. So season 2 is going to be very interesting. Vaggie, which is voiced by Rosa. For those of you that have seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Stephanie Beatrice.
Yes.
The moment I heard it,
that.
it was like
Literally, I noticed that from the first word she said. She literally uttered a word, and I was like, Rosa? Rosa? Is this Rosa?
In my head, when I started watching, I was like, Rosa, Rosa. I was like, yo, it's a wrap. She's here. She's everywhere. Let's continue. And honestly, I was a little bit kind of taken back from like why her character had the X over the I until like it was a little bit explained. I was like, this makes sense now. Angel Dust, Alistor, right?
Angel Dust is my favorite. Do not shit on him.
Oh no, I'm not shitting on him, but it's like I was getting the. Hold on.
Well, do you want me to take over?
Oh no, hold on. Let me fix my mic. I might have to lower my thing because it's really right outside. But Angel Dust was reminding me of this particular adult film star. Sage, you might know her. Where she started doing content and then she stopped, and then every podcasting that she's been on since, she's like, oh my god, you're selling your body to the government to like go and join the Navy or whatever. It's like worse than selling
I saw
your
that.
Yeah. Sage, do you know who I'm talking about? So I'm not here. Yes, cool.
Yeah, I already know.
So I feel like she is Angel Dust, kind of, right? Even though Angel Dust is played by a dude, but like kind of that like motivation ideology. I'm like, this was taken from that podcast clip that like surfaced for like years. I ain't talking shit. I do enjoy Angel Dust, but I feel like of all the stories, his is the most tragic. But I also feel like he needs therapy for a variety of reasons. Alistor, right? The Mr. Radio Demon himself.
No, he's my favorite.
It's his voice for me. That's all. That's like, it's like Sebastian from Black Butler. I keep on going back. Well, for Black Butler, it's different because I only go back for Sebastian. I don't go back for anyone else. I go back for Sebastian. But Alistor, it's like whenever he's there, he's like, "Ooh, he commanded the room." Yes, and he's like, "Well, let's make a deal." I'm like, "Ooh, but we ain't doing no." She's I think it was episode 3 where they do the commercial. He's like, "Oh, I'll make a deal." She's like, "I'm not giving you my soul. You think I'm stupid? You think I was born at night, or I was born at night, just not last night?" And he's like, "No, not for your soul. Just for the fact that you can't ask me to do this shit again. We'll do it. It'll be the best thing you've ever seen, but don't ask me again. Okay, done. I was like, oh shit. This is awesome. Nifty. Nifty was weird for me. Like, I ain't mad. But she's like, cleaning. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm here with you. And then right at the end, she like stabs at him. I'm like, where did you pull this crazy Latina from? Because Mira, I turned the corner. She was nowhere. I turn again. There she is, and she wins. I'm like, okay. What do you mean she was there? Where was she this entire time? She was like, oh, I was cleaning. I saw the fight. I waited. Stab. Whoever gave her coffee, take it back. Husk to me with Angel Dust. Their like kind of frenemy like bromance thing was perfect. Just in like all, especially the I forget the song that they did, but like they're leaving the bar, and he starts singing to him, and he's like, "Oh, you feel like everything's hopeless, but like you're a loser." I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, whoa, this back and forth here is getting really aggressive. But I forget his name. It's not Andre Bauer. That's Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Oh, he's just been in so much. Princess and the Frog. The I was gonna say the black guy. That's not helpful. The dude that does the deals. Yeah, that's him. I forget his name. I'll find his name in a second. They show Cherry Bomb here as like an important character. I don't remember her at all. Like at all. But Sir Pentious, he annoyed me. Every second of every minute of everything, he annoyed me. And then right at the end, I was like, wait, what? Huh? And I was like, okay, that's fine. Let me see if I can actually find his voice actor, because his voice actor did a great job, by the way.
But his character itself, if you think about it, he was a really good character because he is annoying. But if you think about it, he was really bad at being bad. Like overall, like if you notice, kind of like I feel like that's like in the end when that happened at the end, like and he just like appeared in the meeting with the angels is because he was already bad at being bad, and he decided to just do a selfless act at the end, which like helped him out. But I feel like that was always gonna be him because he was not that good at being a bad. Like he literally right when first of all he started at the hotel to be a spy. He got found out day one. He's already that bad. Like
screw day one. He was found out within 5 minutes.
He was literally found out like within an hour. Like he was like really bad. So I feel like that because the characters itself, I tried also digging a little bit before we were gonna film because I had just finished watching it, and they were mentioning how every character really is dense in their own personality, which I do believe, and I do like for example how you said like Nifty. She's like kind of like your psycho friend. Like she really is like your psycho friend because she was like, you know, like you said, like she stabbed at him because she was like, well, like why are you all shocked? Like you just said I could just stab anyone I saw. Like what do you mean? Like stab. And she was like that little crazy, like you know that friend that like when you're in a group, that friend that wanders off and does the crazy stuff that needs like an air tag on them. Like that's Nifty. And I felt that all the characters
not Nifty needed an air tag. That's funny.
Their own personalities. It's kind of how a misfits group because everybody is completely different in their own thing, and they still end up kind of liking each other and being friends, which is what I liked about the Husk and Angel song, because the point of it really is like, you know, you're a loser, but guess what? We're all losers. That's why we like each other. Like we're all losers here. You're not like we're in hell. You're not the worst sad story here. And you know we all hate ourselves, like kind of like in that idea, because if you think about it, this is like in hell. And I really like out of all the stories, I was really heartfelt for Angel, and his story kind of like really like hit me. But the way that Husk made him feel better, not by like, don't worry, it'll be better. It'll be like, get over yourself. Like, we're literally all in hell, and I have your back, and like, be you. He was basically like, be you. Like, you don't have to pretend to be someone else. Be like, a drug addict, sex person, because, you know, be yourself. We're in hell already. You might as well be yourself because we're all losers here.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I do think that this was like a very well, the casting director for this show hit the nail on the head. I don't think I've seen a show so well put together, and everything just like works so beautifully together. Like, it's very rare for me to see a show and I think, oh, every little bit and piece, every little nook and cranny in this show fits. The songs, they fit. Now, mind you, my cousin is gay. He loves musicals. I don't mind a good musical here or there because I don't mind them. But to have almost like this Steven Universe type feel, but more for like an adult audience, is a little bit weird, but it works. Maybe because I saw Steven Universe that I tolerated the music in here, but the music was actually really good. I think it's the loser song, and then there's one that's like is if hell is forever, and I think there's like one more song. Everything besides that, I just didn't care. Like I was like, okay, cool, you're using the song to move the plot along, but it's nothing. It does not tickle my fancy, shall we say. So the whole point of Hazbin Hotel is the rehabilitation that Madvik had literally just said earlier, right? So Charlie is like, oh, I want to rehabilitate all these demons that are here. And she makes this hotel, right? The goal is to get these demons to turn into angels so they can go and be up in heaven. Which is great. It's a great cause. It's a great ideology. But
we all know that's not gonna work. I'm just going.
In theory,
right there.
In theory, though, it has, because like when you really look at it, Serpentius, which spoilers if you haven't seen the show yet, it's been out for a minute. Poppy becomes an angel at the end. Let it be that he was bad at being bad. Let it be that he had confessed his love right at the very end, or the fact that he was self-sacrificing himself to try and help his family, shall we say. And right at the end, it's like, hi, I shouldn't be here, but I am. And I'm like, oh shit, this is going to be a crazy season 2. And only doing 8 episodes, I think, is even wilder. Because even like a short-lived anime is 12 episodes. So I'm like, damn.
But actually, more animes are becoming more and more popular to have only 8 to 10 episodes. Especially more animes filmed here. Like more like American anime, I would say. But I also agree. I think it's going to be a really good second season. But I thought it was funny. It did not actually catch my attention until the second episode. I watched the first episode. I don't even remember what happened that much. And I just gave up on it, and then I watched it on the second day because it didn't really grasp me on that first episode. But overall, I also agree. Like, I think it was also really good, but it took me definitely a little while. Like, it wasn't right away.
I'm not gonna lie, I watched it because I was like, you know what? I've been hearing some rave reviews from this. Let me go and look at it, and it just. Alistair was the reason why I kept on going back. Alistair was the reason. It wasn't Charlie. And I'm not talking shit about the voice actress. I think everyone did a great job. No one annoyed me to the point of like, I really hate seeing you on this screen. It was like, oh, like, you know, her voice isn't my style, but to fit the personality, which is very bubbly, very like, you know, uplifting. I obviously approved because I watched the entire show and I view it very highly. But it was just like Black Butler and Sebastian. I'm keeping on going back because I want to see Alistair. I want to see what kind of nasty tricks he has up his sleeve, and to see like what other mischief is happening. Right, to know that Angel Dust has like gone through a lot of trial and tribulation. He's just emotionally scarred that he doesn't know how to let people in. It's the fact that other people are like, no, dude, you should like be a little bit more chill or be like, you know, be more free. So. Yeah, I didn't hate anyone at all from this show, which is very rare. Because me and my girlfriend were watching what is the show? I think it's like, oh, my seventh reincarnation or something like this. So this girl can live up to like 5 more years from whatever her age is, and she can live her life however she pleases. And then somehow she ends up in a war, and then she dies. So she's lived 6 different lives. So she's lived collectively 30 years with all these experiences. And then on the seventh time, she's like, nah, like every time I go through this way, let me go through this way instead. Lo and behold, she runs into the guy that's like killed her basically every single time. And it's like now she's having a life with him, and hopefully she can stop him from going into an all out war. But because we're watching it in Portuguese, everyone's voice annoys me. Like the female lead, I don't mind her because like her voice is like relatively subtle. It's not too aggressive. The guy that's now her like husband, he kind of annoys me. But and then he has a little brother, and I'm like, I'm done with the little brother. And then I ended up loving the little brother. I was like, I hate the older brother. The older brother is shit. I don't want to hear him anymore. I just can't. Can the dude that's playing his younger brother play him instead? Because I would prefer. I want to come back to listen to the like 6 year difference younger brother than the older brother. Now, mind you, she is currently watching the show by herself. So when I go and watch it later, I don't have to worry of like, oh, what's happening? Well, you watched it. You tell me. Sorry, it's going back to the sorry for like the little rant, but it's going back to the casting director. Like she knows what she's doing. I feel like she could do more. Like they do more work or more projects, especially like almost transitioning to Hell of a Boss, where Hell of a Boss does like an episode a month. Sorry, an episode every like few months, and the episodes are like less than 20 minutes. Like, I'll rewatch it. Don't get me wrong. I have rewatched it, actually. Because I was going to make a very in-depth YouTube video. An extremely in-depth YouTube video. And, like, go into some of the fan theories. And I don't know. I feel like we could get more instead of just 8. But being the only person juggling the 2 shows, I think that she's doing a fantastic job. But what are your guys' thoughts and opinions on anything that we haven't talked about for Hazbin Hotel?
Sage?
My boy, are you sleeping?
Well, what I was gonna say is, I was trying to look a little bit into because I like to see videos too, like before, like videos about the show before talking much about it. And
Mm-hmm.
uh, someone was saying that it felt also like too much, like they were trying to put too much story in each episode, like trying to show all the characters too much. And I feel like I kind of like that. I feel like I don't know it. I think it's because maybe the ADHD, but I like how they were like they didn't leave any characters behind. They had definitely a little bit of everybody. The only person I feel like they didn't talk much was Nifty, which I also feel like fits her character because she is kind of like kind of when you're in a group of friends, she's basically your little weirder ADHD friend that will just randomly say something out of pocket. So like you don't mind her anymore. You still love her and you'll still care for her, like how she starts running off drunk and Angel takes care of her. But they just know she says like some out of pocket stuff and she's just her. Um I did I was very surprised too that I liked it because of the musical part. I don't per se like musicals, but I really like the songs. I They were because they were all original songs. They made the
Yeah.
songs for the anime and also for the conversations and how they made it flow still like so well. I absolutely loved it. Um, I was very surprised on that part. Um, Alistair and Angel are definitely my two favorites. I loved Alistair's character. Um, I do hope to hear more from him because like I got very, very curious very, very fast because he makes deals. He like he is the big and all powerful. How like he has all that like power to back him up from his past, but like he disappeared and now he has like you know something on him. Like he has someone has leverage on him. Like let's put it that way.
Yeah, no,
And
he's definitely in a contract. So there is a hierarchy to hell and whatnot.
Speaking of hell, speaking of Hazbin Hotel, nice rehabilitation. Do I think that character deserved to come back to heaven? No, he's a snake. Let's be honest. But it's all right. Story development that I did not get to fully see. However, it was pretty much spoiled because again, I had to go to Katsucon, so I couldn't be lacking like that. All right. Now, judging from what I've seen, especially towards the end, the conversations with the musical style, perfect. Okay, like, hey, your father is Satan. He clearly said, hey, don't trust these niggas. Let's be honest here. Because the same people who are coming to do this exorcism are the same people that I tried to trick. Now, luckily, God has forgiven them for their sin by making them exorcists to us demons. However, they're still not to be trusted. Also, one of them is your mother, if I'm not mistaken, and your best friend, she's two-faced as fuck, but she's trying to throw away the past like it ain't never happened, right? The one with the, no, my bad, not the best friend, the girlfriend, right? The one with the little eye patch and the X. Oh, yeah, you see, I might not have watched it, but the spoilers and the understanding is definitely there. So, I had to come in like a smoke demon since we're in hell. Now, this is just a little appetizer because you see Hazbin Hotel is at the very like first or second ring of hell because we haven't even gone to the real side where Helluva Boss is at. Now, when we get there, I'm going to call up my man Blitz. No O. And we're going to
get the O is silent.
Exactly. We don't have to tell the people the O is silent because we killed the O. That's our job.
And Mazmita, like on your birth certificate, what does it say? So it's like you're removing something. It's like, oh, this is silent. Seeing how we've transitioned into Helluva Boss. This show is wild.
Listen, I know
hold on. Every ounce of it. Hazbin Hotel is tame in comparison.
Again, what ring of hell are you on? Hazbin Hotel is 1 or 2. I'm taking you to 9, sir. Let's go meet the devil himself in his true form. Come on, take a trip. Shake my hand. Shake a poor sinner's hand. Let's get on this ride. Let's go. Nah, Vic, where you at? Don't get muted now. It's too late.
Won't you shake a poor sinner's hands? Yes. Are you ready? To this day, I have not seen Princess and the Frog. To this day, I haven't seen it.
All right. Sage Squad. Those not a part of the Sage Squad, but you still seeing this message. It's important, all right? I know you get tired playing the game, especially on Unite. I always say get high off of potions, all right? Special item right there. Give you a little bit more life. Give you a little bit more energy, right? Damn, close combat into this W right here, all right? That's what I'm talking about. Get the W with W. That's what I'm talking about, okay? Use my code. It's going to pop up somewhere. Not sure where. But you're going to use that code, get 10% off your next order. The caffeine, all right? And it's not just that alone. It also comes with great vitamins on the inside. So if you do want to use this as pre-workout, because we know you like going to the gym, don't you sit here and lie, okay? Me as a Lucario main, I know we like to fight. So that means we got to stay ready. We got to pump that iron. You know what I'm saying? Purchase WD. Code SAGE EJ.
I need to.
That's a different issue that we'll address in a moment. In just a sec. Okay.
I'm back. I'm not even gonna lie, I was eating.
Bet.
That's
That's
fine.
fine. That's fine. Guess what? You ready? Cause
But I also actually agree.
we getting
You
on the
did not
I
train.
just
haven't seen Hell of a
use
Boss
that.
yet. I do want to start. I'm probably gonna start right after when we finish here. But I do agree. I feel like I thought it was gonna be something like a little touchy to say, but like heaven is forever and hell is forever. So like also don't. It's not that I don't believe in rehabilitation, but also it's kind of giving also it's hard to explain because it's not like I would know, like I'm living my life now. It's not like I know guaranteed that like I'll have a second chance, but also it spreads that like that idea that oh, I'll just get a second chance, in the future, but like you really don't.
Motherfucker, now you show your
I find it
face.
very critical
I'll beat the shit
about
out you
also
later.
how to forgive like when you go and there's even the meeting in heaven. First of all, Adam is a full-on asshole. His ego is probably the size of like heaven and hell together. Like
I
his
thought you
ego
were gonna
is
go
massive.
somewhere else. I thought you were gonna take
I
a
know.
very
I was
hard
thinking about it, but I
left.
was like, let me not go there.
You better swing. You better duck left because I'm swinging right or whatever it is.
Yeah, no, his ego is enormous. And also I find that it comes from him thinking that like, oh, I'm the first man, like I am this big boss. And then when Lucifer comes in like, oh yeah, no, your first wife didn't like you and your second wife didn't like you either. They chose me. And he got pissed. And I was like, yeah, tone it down. But I find it very hypocritical because when you see in that meeting, you see how like some of those angels that became exorcists just as basically an excuse to forgive them for literally being horrible angels because they're literally killing whether people are in hell or not, whether they were sinners in their past lives or not. You're preaching that heaven is this and heaven is that. That's why the little other seraphim says, I forgot her name, the little one, the younger sister, she was like, how can I preach all this happiness when I know this is happening? Yeah, because it's hypocritical. Because the same way I can't just say it's hypocritical for people to want a second chance when angels are preaching blessed life and choosing the right things. And now that they're here in their second life, they're just killing other people and doing the things that they say will, that if you do will get you in hell, but they're in heaven. So that's why I find that even though, having a second chance after you're in hell is kind of like, kind of just like slapping a band-aid on something you already did and you already been fated for. It's also hypocritical of hell to be doing those things. So I was like, I find it very fair because he sacrificed his life. And that's why Cherry Bomb is very important because I don't think like he probably would have done something, but he did it for her. He did it because he's a simp. And he was simp from day one. Like from the literally second he saw her, he was like, oh, my enemy. Let me fix my hair. My enemy, what are you doing here? Do I look good? Like literally from the first second I knew he was into her. He's this full on simp. He liked her from literally before. And she's that like, she's kind of that theory that like, you have a bad boss like black cat of a woman, and then you have a golden retriever, and he's the golden retriever.
Mm-hmm. Not
and that's
Adam
why I
being
kind
the
of
golden retriever. That's hilarious.
She was like that, yeah. But no, Adam is full on.
Okay, yeah. So Sage was a little bit off earlier. He's like, yeah, there's nine layers. No, in this universe, there's 7.
No, there are 7. That's what I was saying.
You said 7. My bad. I heard 9.
Yeah. No, I said I gotta keep one on me, like I'm carrying a 9, whether it's physical or verbal.
Yeah, 7 rings. So pride, sky is permanently red. Lust, sky is blue, which I don't understand that. But I'm just.
The rings of hell are based upon the 7
the 7 deadly sins. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what the other places are. The.
Where can you watch Helluva Boss?
YouTube.
Helluva Boss is on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, YouTube.
Listen,
I was
listen.
watching on Amazon.
No.
Say the
so
word.
so
Say
no
the word.
no. We're not going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship swimming through the sky, little Einsteins, right? Yeah, you just type in Helluva Boss, and then it pops up. So it's actually for free. You don't need like an Amazon subscription or whatever. It's just there on YouTube. Some of the videos you can clearly tell they are a little bit older, just like how time goes on in production. And they're actually supposed to release an episode, I think within the next like week or so, sometime in like May or June, that they're supposed to release the next episode. Because season 2, instead of it being like 8 or 9 episodes, it's actually split into 2 halves. So we get up until episode 8, and then we get the mid-season finale, and so that's like the halfway point, which is where I think, hey, or where I said earlier, like they could try and do more or whatever it is. If it's sourcing, like if it's financing, I'd rather them take their time and do it that way. But and I know Sage is very heavy with this conversation, but I feel like if there's too much of a gap, we get the same thing that happened to Ruby. And I don't want that to happen to Helluva Boss. So, Sage, you know what's going on with Ruby and the whole Rooster Teeth thing, correct?
Oh yeah, definitely. But that's not what
I was about to say you better be. So, to those of you that don't know, mainly Mad Vic, and to those of you that are like, dude, what is this Ruby in which you speak of? So it's Ruby RWBY, started by Rooster Teeth, web series. Like, they've done, what is it? Red vs. Blue, Ruby, and then I think it's Genlock that they've also done. They were under the production studio of Rooster Teeth. Basically, like a lot of mishandling of funds for like a lot of reasons. They actually just closed their studio this past weekend. The weekend of the weekend that ends with 5/12/5/11, however you see the weekend ending. The weekend of Mother's Day, basically, because they just can't do it anymore. They decided to, instead of just sticking with old 2D style, they switched it to 3D, and apparently every minute of animation costs roughly $30,000, which is why it's up on Crunchyroll, because they had entered into a partnership. Warner Brothers doesn't want to continue this partnership with them, and so they're trying to like get rid of the project. However, for some bizarre reason, Death Battle is staying, but they're just not going to be making a video for a while as they try and secure funding and someone else to own them, basically, so they can go and do what they like to do. So, Helluva Boss, the characters Butzo, Moxie, Millie, Luna, and Stolas. So, Hierarchy of Hell is obviously going to be our big boy Lucifer. All the overlords, and then the creatures that are just beneath them, if I'm doing this correctly, is going to be the Goetia, which are these like animal type beings, and they all like have a specific duty. They all have to do a specific thing. Stolas, he's an owl, and he's just really horny. I'm sorry, it's the amount of debauchery that this man says that it makes me so uncomfortable. And I'm not like, I keep on going for Helluva Boss for like actually all the characters, because I think, again, this is another one where it's like it's a perfect mix of everyone. But like Stolas, he's the one person I'm like, if I could just like get you and throw you over the bridge, I would, like very respectfully, because I think it's like episode 2 or 3 where there he is with his daughter, right? She's having breakfast, and he's like, oh, why don't we go to like the amusement park that you loved when you were a kid, to like, reconnect with his daughter, because his marriage is falling apart because, she can't tickle his fancy. And he calls Blitz, and he's like, oh, I'd love for you to, and like he says the most out of pocket thing. I'm like, dude, your daughter, she's 10 feet away from you. What are we doing here?
It don't matter.
I don't.
It don't matter.
You can say it doesn't matter, but to me it does, because if I'm within 5 feet and I'm like, oh, I'd love to just.
Like, Hell already is very not PG-13. You know, like she's already born, like raised, like for a
In
long
theory,
time. So
she's
that's like
14 years old. It's like she's 14 or 16, something like that. His
You know,
only no, that's not his only child. Is it his only child?
yeah, it is.
It is.
It is.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
It is.
we're
That's
gonna
why I
talk
don't
about
really.
this again after it.
I
Watch
mean,
it.
I feel like I have to.
I feel like
Okay,
we
yeah, no,
about.
no. Yes, you're right. So Stella, his wife, that can't tickle his fancy. Octavia, his daughter, and then his father, which is like the shape shifting. I guess he'd be an overlord, I guess, at that point in time or whatnot. And then you
Yes.
have his brother-in-law, which is Octavia's brother, and then he, via the wiki, he has a numerous amount of unnamed siblings. So yes, his Octavia is his only daughter, but like the fact that Broski went and said some of the most out of pocket thing, even the dude that is like his sneaky link was like, dude, and his daughter's like, dad, and I'm like, damn, it was like a three-way. Why are we?
Can I say something real quick? It builds character, and
I don't
here's
wanna
why it
pull.
builds character.
No.
I'm speaking from experience, okay? Do you know how many times I've tried not embarrassing myself or before I could even go smack and my father would say some wild out of pocket shit? It builds character, promise you. Now, going ahead and pass the sticks over to the demon over here because I've been waiting to smoke this pack right here. Okay, it's nice and rolled up, featuring the keychain that I got from Senpai Lava Patron.
Oh,
You know
that's
what I'm
just a hentai
saying?
on it.
Exactly. That's why I was going like here.
That's
So you would have
that's
had
why you
to
were like
explain.
breathing it in. I was like, why are you just like snorting that real quickly?
Listen, I was trying to help you out because you were like, I don't want to even go into it. That's why I was like, hey, here you go. I even had the whole sign card. Didn't even pick it up. It's all right. Just go ahead and pass the sticks over. You know.
All right, getting away from the horny owl, right? The horny bird from I think it's like Little Nicky or something like that. I'll show you what a horny bird is. Well, y'all don't even know what Little Nicky is. All right, so Blitzo owned Blitzo, Moxie, and Millie, they are all imps, right?
Why do
The
you keep
bottom
on
of the
calling
totem
no
pole.
man
Hold on.
Blitz though?
Because that's his name and that's what I read. Give me a
No,
second.
it's Blitz. It's
Well,
Blitz.
Well, Blitzo is traumatized from his carnival days. But Blitz, Moxie, and Millie are all imps, bottom of the totem pole in the society. Blitz, for some reason, was able to adopt the Hellhound Luna, so it's his technical daughter. She's like, I don't know how old canonically is Luna supposed to be, because I feel like
So
he
Luna
adopted her
is-
when she was 17, about to turn 18. Oh, she's 22. Okay.
Yeah, now here's the thing. The adoption process is literally the same as any other animal. She's a dog. You can buy a wolf and have it as a pet. They did the same thing in hell, and that's his daughter. She's just not a dumb bitch.
No, she's actually very smart, very resourceful.
Exactly.
Like I think out of the entire crew, she's like the most resourceful person.
Whoa. We do not disrespect the goddess Millie in my presence.
Okay,
like this.
okay. She is that version of Nifty basically, but with a little bit more conscience. Just like 5% more that's it. Because I don't want to spoil too much. But
Don't worry, that's what I'm here for.
Well, like Moxie and Blitz get trapped in the human world for a second because they were being reckless and without disguises. And Luna's like, "Wait, you guys can't disguise yourself?" And they're like, "You can." She like does it right in front of them. She's like, "Yeah." Why can't you guys? Well, it's because they're imps, bottom of the totem pole. They probably don't have that kind of ability. But yeah, so Millie and Luna go back into the human world to try and grab Blitz and Moxie. And they just like they went from 0 to 10,000 very quickly. And it's like, oh, they're being held here. Okay, cool. Throw me up in this vent. Opens a door, and then it's like Bloody Mary. It's like the Red Room, the Red Wedding. A lot of death.